This gotta be the best popsicle ever. This color right here. So let's get on to this. This is not clickbait. This is serious. Somebody did try to scam me. It had to be the stupidest scam I've ever encountered in my life. And I'll give y'all a backstory of what happened. And I just want to say that from one small business to another, any other mobile detailers are just small businesses out there. Y'all be careful. Make sure y'all only using your credit card, whatever you use to process credit cards, for your transactions only. Please don't get caught up in this scam. Somebody tried to get me. Luckily, you know, I'm not that stupid, but mine was a little weird. So far I've seen 3 other people talk about the exact same thing that happened to me. A photographer post about the scam, and then somebody else who's another mobile detailer or just a detailer. I think they're a mobile detailer. Same thing. Alright, so I basically received the email at like, man, I want to say about 12 o'clock in the morning, or like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I received the email. The email said blooming movers. So I don't know, that was weird off the bat. And then they gave me a name. They said it was like Eduardo or Raymond or something like that. And they gave me a number, which I looked up the area code for the number, and it was a Houston number, so I didn't really think much of it, because I'm like, well, they got people who live out here that's from Houston, and got, you know, I'm from Baton Rouge, and I got a whole 225 number, and I live out here. So I didn't think nothing of it. So throughout the night, sometimes I do get people who come off the website. They send in a form entry, and I answer them back at around like 9 o'clock in the morning, 9, 10, whatever. I get back to them in the morning. So I did the same thing. In the email, it said, hey, text me, and then a number, and then the name and all that stuff. So I said, hey, you know, I text them, hey, I got your email, blah, 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 what type of vehicle, this and that, trying to figure out what type of vehicle it is. Now, one red flag was kind of like the email. That was a red flag right there, but I didn't think much of it. Now, they were like, I got 3 vehicles I want you to do. I said, okay, cool. What would you like done? They said interior and exterior. They were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, well, here's my packages. Tell me which package you'd like to go with for each one of these. And then they came back. They was like, okay, well, I want to do the diamond package, which is my top tier package at the moment. They were like, I want to do the diamond package on all 3 of them. That right there had in my head, I was like, damn, that's too good to be true. But I was like, I don't know, maybe, because sometimes now. When I'm going out to doing details and I'm doing full interior details, I'm charging over $200 now. So, you know, now I'm starting to get those people that don't care. Well, that understand that if you want something good, you got to pay for it. So they said that, and I was like, okay, what type of vehicles? It was a SRX Cadillac, a smaller car. It was a Camry and a Yukon XLT. So 3 cars. I quoted them at $1,000, a little over $1,000, sight unseen. I told them before I can even put them on a schedule, I still need pictures and stuff like that. They insisted on not giving me pictures and like, oh, you can come check it out, this and this. Like just giving me weird vibes. So I was like, nah, you know, I need pictures, this and this, and just whenever you can, just snap a couple pictures for me and I can give you a definite price on it. So then the weird part about this is usually when they scam you, they don't call you. Not a scam like this. They don't hop on the phone with you. And these scammers are getting so good that they can fake an accent. So they can sound American sometimes. They can, like, this one made it real-ish. Like my alarms were already going off. But then they called me because I never texted back. That was another red flag, the urgency of, hey, did you get my message? Hey, they kept going on. If I didn't answer back in a couple of minutes, they sent me another message. This one called me from the 281 number and was like, hey, this is such and such. I was like, oh, hey, yeah. They said, yeah, I spoke to you through text message about doing 3 cars. And they had a Hispanic accent. That's the crazy part about it. Like, that's what made me, like, the red flags. I was like, oh, no, because there's a lot of Hispanic people out here. So they had a Hispanic accent. So right then and there, I was like, oh, this person can't be scamming me. You know what I mean? I was like, to me, that was just weird. I was like, damn, I never encountered that. But I know that sometimes these people, they be in like foreign countries and they know how to switch up their accent. So that threw me off. The two, and then it was a Houston number, so I'm like, okay, there's a lot of Hispanic people here, in Houston, all of Texas. So it's normal out here. If you go to Louisiana, not so much. But out here, yes, you're gonna encounter all kind of different, you're gonna encounter a lot of different people. And I was like, yeah, I'm driving right now. As soon as I get to my first stop, you know, I'll text you back. So I text them back, going back and forth with them a little bit. And it was just weird because they said they needed to get a driver to go and transport the vehicles. And then they said, then I explained to them that I was mobile, that I could come to wherever the vehicle's at. But they insisted on renting out a space to bring the vehicles for me to go over there and detail them. So I thought that was weird, but people do weird stuff all the time. So I was just kind of like, you know, I don't know. Maybe they just don't want me to come to their house or something, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's somebody famous. They don't want nobody at their house, or I don't know. And I'm like, that's just weird. And they kept saying, yeah, I'm gonna book you this, and this. And I tell them, okay, well, before you make a reservation for a spot, let me know when you're ready, so that way I can tell you what dates I have available, so you know when to book the, you can go ahead and put the deposit down and go ahead and book whatever space you gotta book. So I told them the deposit was gonna be about $50. For all of that, I was just gonna charge $50, a $50 deposit. Now this red flag was right after I said that, they were like, oh, I'll give you $500 as a deposit. But I was like, okay, whatever. This don't sound, you know, I'm like, this don't sound right. And then after, you know, we finished talking about that, they said, okay, but I'm gonna need your help with something. So I said, how can I help you? They said, I'm gonna need, no, they told me that they had an outstanding balance with the auto dealer, and the auto dealer did not accept credit cards. So they was gonna need my help with the payment for them. That was, when they said that, I was like, what the, you know, like, hell nah, you tripping. You ain't about to be laundering no money through Mo's Mobile Detailing. Hell no, we legit, my boy. We legit. Shoot, I gotta pay my taxes. I've seen people put a down payment on their vehicle with a credit card. So that right there, I was like, oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, this is a scam. I can't do this. And so I just replied back to them. I can't remember exactly what I said, but something along the lines like, I can only accept payment for my detailing services. And it basically told them for any credit card transaction, I require a ID to match the credit card that person is using. And they never answered me back. So obviously that was a scam. That had to be a scam. That couldn't be a real person. The only thing, like I said, that had to be a scam. The only thing that threw me off is them calling me. They usually don't call you like that. And the fact that the accent was like a Hispanic accent, that even threw me even more off, because I'm like, man, now it's a little believable, because I'm like, we in Texas. But I posted this on, I tried posting this on TikTok to try to warn people, like, hey, there's this scam going around. They targeted small businesses like mine and yours. Not just I thought at first it was just car detailers, but it looks like now it's pretty much any small business, such as a photographer, me doing cars, anything that's a smaller business. It seems like that's what they are targeting. Somebody else sent me messages saying that somebody did something similar where they wanted to do 6 cars. And the crazy part about it is that too, they didn't want to send pictures and stuff like that. And then everything about it just smelled like a scam. My sister just today, she sent me a screenshot of a message in a group that she's in of somebody saying that this person wanted to charge their wanted them to charge the credit card like $1,200. They keep whatever, and then the rest goes to them or the driver or whatever. So that's how I know it's going around, and they targeted more than they're not just targeting just me, but they're targeting small businesses, people who work for themselves, and people who work hard, bro. Like all of us work hard. For somebody to be trying to scam us, they have to be the lowest of the low. Got to be. All of us we all work hard. And for somebody to try to, I think what they were trying to do, once I ran the card, they would somehow get my bank information, and they would probably try to clear out the money in my bank, or take what the $5,250, take that out somehow. I heard that's kind of how they do that. They get your bank information by you using the card or something like that. I don't know, but I know for sure they didn't get me. So make sure y'all be careful out there. Make sure you, shoot, if you gotta start making people show you their ID before you run a card or anything like that. I'm about to start having people sign after they use a credit card or a debit card or anything. I'm about to have them start signing and stuff. It's crazy. So I figured I'll share this with y'all. This will be my Wednesday video. Nothing crazy. And maybe it'll help somebody, and maybe more people will start coming out and saying, oh, that happened to me too. So hopefully they don't get anybody, and I feel like they will, because it's too good to be true. And it's gonna be they're gonna get somebody that just started up and that want the money, and is gonna think, oh dang, I just charged them, boom, I take $500 for myself, boom. They're gonna get somebody. But hopefully this video gets around to where they don't get nobody. And if I could figure out how to stop the whole thing, how to figure out who's doing the scamming, man, I would do it, but I can't, y'all. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay safe. Remember, if it's too good to be true, start researching or start doing some checking into it. Like I did, I was like, man, that's too good to be true. But I'll see y'all in the next one.